Hey everybody, it's your pal Magulismus. It's been a bit, hasn't it? I just made a short gear today. I intend to make more a bit often. Anyway, well, today's my first video I've made in a real video I've made in a while. It's not where I'm walking and talking like what those couple videos were about walking and vlogging. This is where I'm just sitting down here and just discussing things about my life in general, given the status of my life and such. And as the video is entitled, we're going to be uncovering a pretty big topic about myself. Anyway, for the record, I understand I'm not the only one who's in this kind of scenario, given the status of my life like I just mentioned. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. I'm 22 years old, just turned 22, and I have never, in any case, had a girlfriend in my life, nor have I ever went on a date. So yeah, I've never kissed a girl. As you know, I'm also a virgin. But I have a couple things to say. I think I have had some girls in my life tell me that they like me. No, I've had a couple of girls at least. I've at least one tell me that they liked me, that I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if they were actually serious or not, but in any case, she told me anyway, so that means something. I've had at least one girl hint that she liked me, but anyway, yeah. For the record, I want to mention that this is not really something that actually bothers me too much, because I have a lot of beliefs about life that really help me not to feel put down, you know? So I'm not really sad or mad about anything in life, nor would I say I'm too happy, but I'm perfectly, normal with my attitude these days, which is not bad, not good. I mean, it's perfectly fine with me. Anyway, I'll get further down into this. Anyway, yeah, ever since I was a teenager, when I was about to become a teenager, I looked forward to that new phase in life where I'd start middle school, enter teenhood, go through changes with my body, and get interested in, girls and whatever. But as I got older, as I started to go years into my teenhood, things ended up getting harder for me. I started going through some things mentally that kind of kept me from, living freely, being myself. It wasn't just people who would bring me down about a lot of things. It was also things I started thinking to myself that I stuck with for a long time. But anyway, high school, you can guess that high school, junior high school, weren't the best times for me in life. But all I can say is that ever since I got out, it's been so much better. I've mentioned this before in another video, talking about kind of having a rough teenhood somewhat, and changing a lot for the best since I got out of high school, got out of teenhood. And, well, yeah. Growing up, I grew up in the same private Christian school, going from preschool up until my freshman year of high school. And there was this one girl that I actually liked, that I knew since kindergarten, but started to actually kind of like in like fifth grade, maybe even fourth grade. I can't remember the whole period of time it happened, but anyway, yeah. As the years went on, we still go to school together. People got the hint that I liked her, and like kind of made it a bigger deal than it was, and I ever made it. I guess that's kind of a hint that people would tease me about it, or try to make a much bigger deal out of it than it was. And, well, I mean, it got annoying. But anyway, freshman year was probably the hardest time for me, especially that people got on me more about the crush I had on this girl. Like, for example, that Valentine's Day, this school that I went to even had lockers that a lot of students used, even her. And there's this one student who actually gave me a small dandelion to put in her locker, which I did at the end of the day. But after what I did, and someone said she was coming, I literally ran out of the hallway, ran out of the building. Now, that was kind of pathetic now, isn't it? Looking back at it, it's funny, but back then it was pretty pathetic. You can still think that now, but I don't care. Anyway, well, after freshman year, I left that school and started attending a regular public school where things were a lot more diverse, and me getting exposed to a lot of more diverse people, as in, people of other religions, people involved with LGBTQ, people involved with other things, you know? Students who come from troubled families and whatnot. Anyway, I guess I have no experience when it comes to, being flirtatious, but actually, you know what? I have flirted before, and of course I end up failing miserably. I'm not good at that, and well, it's best not to try that anymore, I'll never try to do it. Just be yourself, let it happen naturally, you know what I'm saying? Which makes perfect sense. That's perfectly fine with me. But anyway, even though I've never been on a date, had any girlfriend in any case, there has been at least one girl that actually really liked me. As far as I'm concerned, she never confessed it, but she gave a lot of hints. I'm going to tell you that story. I'm not going to state her name for, privacy reasons, but anyway, yeah. When I was 15, I was still at that private Christian school. It was the start of the new year, and I had these new neighbors that moved in. This young couple of their 3 children. And shortly after they moved in, I got to know them a little bit. I got to meet, their parents were out for the night, and their babysitter was babysitting them. At the time, I was riding my hoverboard. Yeah, it was 2016 then. Like mid 2010s when those hoverboard things, were a hit, and I even got one myself as a gift for finishing junior high, and it was great. I would like to ride it around my cul-de-sac here and there. I live in a cul-de-sac with my parents, by the way. Sorry, got a little bit of a sniffles here. Kind of, my throat was a little something. I guess it might be coming down something a little bit, but that's okay. Anyway, I was riding my hoverboard around the cul-de-sac a bit, the circular part of it, which is where my house is. The kids and the babysitter happened to see me on it, and they decided to come outside and take a look at it, all excited. I got to meet this babysitter, introduce myself and everything. They even asked me if I could come inside, hang out, and so I did. When I mentioned to one of the kids that we should play this one specific video game, she gasped and thought, I love that, and said, I love that game too. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Anyway, so I came inside, we went down to the basement, and played that game. Okay, it was Kingdom Hearts, by the way. That's my favorite childhood game, and she happened to love that too, and so did the kids. So anyway, we got to know each other a bit. She was a pretty fun girl to hang out with. And after that, I don't remember too much out of that night, but yeah, she was totally different than any other girls that I knew going to my school. She was like a more wild girl who went to a public school. Pretty different than my classmates at my private Christian school that I was attending at the time. But anyway, after that night, I didn't expect I'd really see her again, but then sometime after that, she came over to babysit them again. She came over to my door and invited me over. And so that's how it was. Every time she would come to babysit, I'd come over and help her out, hang out as well. And within some time, we exchanged contact info to chat here and there. And well, at some point, she started to kind of do things, kind of hint at me that, that she liked me. One thing she'd do, she'd always want to hug me when she'd see me. One particular time, we were watching a movie or something. I was laying down on the couch, and then she decides to come on the couch with me and cuddle against me a bit. And I just went along with it, and we even held hands. And I just went along with it, But anyway, so there's all pretty big hints there, of course, that she in fact really liked me. But here's the thing. I actually didn't like her back like that. Now, it may sound weird to some, but I never had experience, I never really experienced someone crushing on me, because at that time I was a 15-year-old who was kind of a bit overweight and with very curly hair. It's not really curly, as you can see here. It's different, but it was I was going through insecurities, like a lot of teens do. I didn't think any girl would actually like me. I didn't really like how I looked, kind of being a bit overweight. I had really curly hair and braces at the time too. Just wasn't really my best period. But here's the thing. Even though I didn't like her back, here's the thing. I still took I still took it very seriously that some girl actually had a huge crush on me, as a big crush actually. Like the neighbors confessed that she really liked me, but even though she never told me that herself. But anyway, it's weird. But I took some kind of interest in her anyway because she was the first ever girl to ever, like, fall for me. So even though I didn't like her back, I still took some kind of interest in her as a friend. Don't get me wrong, she was fun to be around. She was nice and fun, crazy, but funny and crazy. But yeah, nothing sparked in me for her. And well, after some time, we lost contact with each other completely. She stopped babysitting. We lost contact somehow. And well, we just went about our lives, I guess. But then get this. After that school year, I started going to the same school as her. And when that happened, when the school year started, I was afraid of actually running into her. And sure enough, on like the second or third day, I happened to see her in like the cafeteria as I was walking to my first class. And I was like, oh no, I don't want her seeing me. I don't want her knowing I'm here, because it had been so long since we had chatted. I thought she would be mad that I didn't keep in touch with her, but somehow, okay, it's a tough story, but I actually lost my contact with her after someone messed with my phone. I mean, he'll probably watch this video and think, oh wow, but you know what, I'm not gonna go into further detail about it, but my phone got messed up and I lost her contact and everything. So anyway, yeah, that entire year, she never knew I went there. I didn't have any class with her, none of that. And what's funny is that she was older than me by like 4 months. She was a grade above me. So anyway, yeah. About a year later, she ended up finding me on Snapchat again, added me, and I added her back, and we kind of chatted away again yet a bit. And I finally told her that I went to school there. She was surprised not to see me there. We like met up, but after that, we never really were social to each other ever again, really. And by the way, she ended up finding a new boyfriend that she was madly in love with. I don't know where she is now. I don't know if she's still with that guy or anything like that, but it's weird. Like, when I started attending that school, I asked other students about her if they knew her, and a lot of students said, yeah, of course. And I was like, oh, it's because she used to be in love with me. And like, oh, wow. At some point, when I kind of started to tell more students about her and how she felt about me and such, especially when she was in that new relationship, she then finally texted me on Snapchat after so long, telling me that she didn't like me, that she never did, and that she is sick of me trying to sabotage her relationship with her boyfriend. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. Like, am I hurting you? I didn't know I was. Okay, I guess it makes sense is to talk about people like that behind your backs. But I wasn't going into, I can't remember all the details. It was so long ago, but in conclusion, she thought I was trying to ruin her and her relationship, even though I didn't know I was doing that. And she even told me that she would report me to like a counselor. And I was scared, thinking, did I really go this far? I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't know I was hurting you. I didn't know I didn't respond to her or anything like that. I went up to one of her friends who was in my class and mentioned the situation. I was like, just give her a message to me, tell her that I'm sorry. I did not know I was actually hurting you like that. I really did not know. And it will never happen again. And it never did. Nothing else ever happened after that. And it's okay. So that's pretty much the story about the first and probably only girl that really ever fell for me, that ended up saying that she hated me in the end. Well, but the thing that confuses me, I guess the thing that really gives away that she really did actually like me, was that last text she's ever sent me, first word saying, look, I don't like you and I never have. Okay, that's a lie, I tell you that, because you seemed really crazy about being around me when I was helping you babysit those kids. And yeah, she's just saying a bunch of random crap, But anyway, yeah. Just want you guys to know, yeah, I didn't realize I was hurting her. I didn't realize I was hurting anybody when I talked about this with people in school. So I don't want any of you thinking of me in a bad case, It's never my intention to ever hurt or bring anybody down. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it for that one. But get this, my sophomore year, there was this one particular girl that I actually kind of liked in my geometry class. I like looked at her for the first time and thought, wow, she's very pretty. And like kind of got to know her a little bit. And well, I guess I started to chat with her and kind of flirt in a sense until it was pretty obvious what I was doing. Then some student in front of me said, dude, stop flirting with her. And she was like, yeah, stop. And that gave it away. And well, after that day, I was kind of depressed, because I was kind of, rejected in a sense. But anyway, after that day, I just got over it immediately and just never thought about her again until months later when people in the class started to bring it up and tease me about it. Excuse me. That just isn't fun, I think people should, a lot of students at a public high school are just so immature, people just grow up and not tease anyone about liking anybody like that, really take it to a personal level, but I'm like, whatever. I even had one girl tell me that she liked me, but I wasn't sure if she was really serious, even though she said once, hey cutie and stuff like that. We never got close, but I can't remember all the details because I've really wanted to leave high school behind, and I did. So anyway, yeah. So after high school, things got better for me in my mindset, but after getting out of high school, like not going to college, not just looking for work to do, and the work that I've done in the past 3 years since I got out of high school never really gave me too much of an opportunity to meet new people around my age, except for my current job right now, where I have plenty of coworkers around my age group that I'm getting along very well with. And like my last job before this one was working as a busser at a casino, and I was underage, but they allow minors to work at that casino as long as they don't handle the alcohol or the games. And that environment wasn't the best kind of environment to really meet that many people. And the reason I took that job is because my parents have a friend there who's a manager that recommended a job for me, so I took it for a whole year, but then I left because the schedule I hated so much. Now I have a much better job, better schedule, and better benefits. Anyway, all I can say is since I got out of high school, I've never really been in any scenario where I've found any girl that I actually liked, that I actually like. And it's hard these days, but I'm going to talk about this as to why it doesn't really bother me too much. My family and I are Christian. I believe I'm just trying to slowly build my relationship with God, and what I got to do the most important thing I got to do is trust in Him on His plan for my life. As I got to pray, of course, daily. I got to get involved with the Word, maybe listen to music. I got to try to slowly but surely get more into that, And what I pray most of all is to know what my dreams and passions are, and more importantly, follow my heart, because also Christ is in my heart, and I gotta know where it leads me to, and I'll be able to find my soulmate. I do believe in soulmates, and I want to marry only my soulmate, I don't want to get married for the wrong reason. I don't want to have kids with the wrong person. And let me explain one thing. Here's the thing. I am not going to lose my virginity until I am married to my soulmate. Thing being, it's not just for religious reasons, but it's also because I don't want to risk having an accidental child with someone who's probably not the one for me. That would just be very complicated. I would still love and cherish the child with all my heart, even if we were to break up. But it's just more ideal, to have children with your one and only, right? That's how I want it, It's how it should be, really. But for a lot of people, it's not always how it goes. Sometimes life takes a different turn for a lot of people, and they end up splitting up, giving their kids a divorced parent lifestyle or breaking up parent lifestyle. But I'm going to be sure, no matter what, to make the right decisions for myself. Making sure I know the feelings what feelings I have that are true and what aren't when it comes to love, you know? Crushes, then love itself, knowing I want to spend my life with this person, with this girl, this woman. Yeah. And I know it's in my heart that I want to get married and have a family. And that I have, even though I haven't had experience dating yet, I've learned so much over the years on how to make a relationship work, you know? All about communication, trust, listening, yeah, all that stuff. Because if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. But no matter what, it's going to take a deep breath, understanding that talking is the best therapy out there for anybody. And if we were in a rough patch, we should always just settle down and just talk out our problems and never get angry at each other. I get relationships must be complicated, but who says they really have to be? You have these expectations, and well, you just really always got to be yourself. I'll always be myself to anybody, no matter what. I should just take a deep breath, not to be anxious about anything, because anxiety is for nothing. And I am not worried. I'm not afraid of life anymore. It's going to take things day by day, slowly start to discover more of who I am and what I want to do with my life and the people, and I'll naturally go and find that one soulmate for me as I continue to live my purpose, God's plan for me. So, yeah. So at my age, 22, never been in a relationship. It doesn't bother me. Oh, by the way, I actually love myself now. Of course, you can't make a relationship work unless you love yourself first, which I honestly do. And I'm not insecure about the things I like, no. Because it's really their problem if they don't accept me for who I am. You'll never work if you're not you. You'll never work if you don't trust. You'll never work if you don't communicate. Take things slow and steady. Never speed anything up. Even if I feel like I've met the one immediately, just like that, love at first sight, I'm still going to give it like at least a year before I pop the question to propose. Maybe 2, but we'll see. And yeah, well, I guess that's about it. I'm already aware on how relationships can work. But let me tell you, when it comes to cheating or something like that, you crossed the line with me there. I mean, I don't know the pain, but that's betrayal. And a true love would never do such a thing to their partner. You know, one stupid question I have is this: why is it that people really cheat? Is it because you do have temptations, lust, or is it because you're tired of the current relationship you're in? If it's for that reason, let me tell you, look, if you're tired of a relationship, you know you don't love this person anymore, just end it. End it right there. You know, like, it doesn't matter how you break to that person, even if they love you and it'll be heartbroken. It doesn't matter how you break it to them, whether if it's calmly or angrily, they're still going to be hurt no matter what, be sad no matter what. So you can't really win there. Nobody can win in that scenario. But the thing is, you can't just keep the relationship going for them. You got to think of yourself too. You really do. You cannot continue to live a fake relationship because that person's happy, but you're not happy. Both people need to be happy in a relationship. If one's not happy, then it just can't work. Do what you can to make it work. But once you realize that you've tried everything and you realize that it can't be fixed, that's when you know it's done. That's when you just move on. Even though it might still be sad, I'm sure, but it's for the best. It's how it's supposed to be. But you'll heal from your wounds. Time always heals all wounds. And what heals wounds quicker is support. Surround yourself with those that you love, your family, your friends, all those people. More importantly, have you be your own friend too. I like that for myself too. I look at myself as my own good friend as well. And that's a really good way to put things. You know, I have a good mindset. You know, I pretty much always have funny things on my mind to keep myself amused throughout the day, you know, even if it's a hard day, trying to make it a bit work. So yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I did get through to you guys in a sense. And I'll be sure to continue posting whenever I can. And just hope for me to, just keep trying to discover what it is I really want to do. Even if I maybe want to grow more into this channel. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Oh, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. You guys are all awesome, and keep hate to yourself. I'm not going to give you hate. Much appreciated, y'all. You guys have just a great rest of your day. And I love you all. Have a good one. Bye.